السلام عليكم يا عبقرة، أهلا وسهلا بكم. النهاردة عندنا سوبر ماث براكتس، هنحل مع بعض 3 أسئلة إن شاء الله. نعم، الأسئلة دي مستوى إيه؟ مستوى جريد 8، مستوى جريد 9، ولكن هي أسئلة فيها نوع من التفكير بنقدر ان احنا نطبق عليها بعض الهاكس الشهيره بتاعتنا اللي بنستعملها في البري اس اي تي، بري اي سي تي، بري اي اس تي، حتى مع الطلبه الكبار في الاس اي تي والاي سي تي. حاجه زي الماب هاك، الفيجواليزيشن هاك بتاعتنا، keywords هاك بتاعتنا، largest smallest هاك. حاجات دي كلها مهمه جدا، فان شاء الله النهارده هنناقشها مع بعض في الفيديو. بص يا حضرتك، هنحل سؤال سهل زي ده بيخلينا نراجع على الفرق ما بين الريبيتنج ديسيمالز والديسيمالز العاديه، الفراكشنز والديسيمالز ازاي نحولهم لبعض، والبرسنتس. and again remember كل الاسئله اللي بنعملها هنا النهارده you cannot use a calculator، كلها من no calculator section، فممنوع تستعمل calculator. نمبر 3 هنا هنحله برضو النهارده word problem طويل الى حد ما، بنستعمل فيه بوريكم ازاي بنعمل الفيجواليز هاك والماب هاك، ان شاء الله يعجبكم. طبعا هو سؤال سهل، بس ممكن نطبق الفكره بتاعته على اسئله اصعب من كده شويه. واجان الفكره ازاي نحل بسرعه بذكاء في سؤال زي ده من غير calculator. نمبر 4 سؤال بنراجع فيه على هاك مشهور عندنا اسمها largest smallest hack LSH، وبنراجع فيها على الفراكشنز، على الديسيمالز، على مقارنة الفراكشنز ببعضها. أنا في رأيي ده سؤال سهل جدا، ولكن بيفتح لنا يعني بعض النقط الهامة اللي بلاحظ إن حتى الطلبة الكبار اللي بياخدوا ACT و SAT وكده بيبقى عندهم مهارات بدائية جدا ناقصة، زي الريسيبريكلز في الديفيجن بتاع الفراكشنز، زي إن هم يكنسلوا النيوميريتور والدينومينيتور مع بعض، حاجات زي كده. كل ده هنراجع عليه النهارده إن شاء الله. So I hope you enjoy ال3 questions دول. Please let me know رأيكم إيه في الكومنتس، and share this مع أي حد ممكن يستفيد، and more to come بإذن الله. يلا يا شباب، let's begin. Okay, super people, here we have an easy question. The point is we need to do this question without using a calculator, and we need to be able to answer this question quickly. So let's read. Which of these numbers is not equivalent to 33%? So we want the answer that is not equal to 33%. Let's start. 33% means 33 over 100. Okay, now I know right away that the right answer is A. Why? Because part of what we need to prepare before the test when we cannot use a calculator is to memorize a number of very common popular fractions. So we should all know that 1/3, 1 over 3, which is answer A, is actually equal to 0.333333. It keeps on repeating, okay? But 33% right here means I have 2 zeros in the denominator, so I'm moving a decimal point twice to the left. So it actually means 0.33. And 0.33 is not the same as 0.33333 repeating. So I know that right answer has to be A, because only one answer here is not equivalent to 33%. A. Now, let's say this wasn't the first answer, so maybe it was E, for example, that had 1/3. So what would we have done? We needed to check the other answers really quickly. Now, first of all, 33 over 100, 33% is the same as 0.33. So this can't be the answer because it's equivalent to 33%. 33 over 100 is actually what I wrote right here. So that is 33%. Now, if you look here, this is quite easy. So 33 over 100 is the same as multiplying up by 2, 66, over multiplied down by 2 over 200, right? So 33 times 2, 100 times 2. So doesn't work, still equivalent. It's also the same as multiplying the numerator by 3 and the denominator by 3. It gives you 99 over 300, which is answer E. So that doesn't work as well. The only one that is not equivalent to 33% is 1/3 because of this repeating decimal trick. Okay, super people? Super easy. Okay, geniuses, let's do number 3. Number 3, long question, lots of words, so we have to use our keywords hack we need to read carefully, and we need to draw our map as we read the question. Now, what I would typically do is read this question once quickly, and then read it one more time slowly, and draw my map the second time. So let's take a look, guys. At the wedding reception, there were 10 people sitting at each of 20 tables. And let me just say something really quickly because this is super important. Now, number one, we're going to use our map hack, drawing a map for a question like this because it has lots of words. We're also going to use our keyword hack. So we're going to focus on the keywords, keyword hack. And another important hack here that I need to remind you guys of is you need to use our visualize hack. Okay? You need to visualize the story when you have a word problem. So at the wedding reception, visualize a wedding with lots of people. There were 10 people sitting at each of 20 tables. So I have lots of tables, 20 tables, 10 people sitting around each of these tables. 80 of the people left. Some people left. All but 25% of those remaining got up to dance. So some people went up to dance. How many people were left sitting at the tables? Don't focus too much on the visualization, but just try to see it in your head. See a ballroom with tables, with people sitting down, with some people going out, with some people standing up to dance. Okay? Now let's do our map and read this carefully. So at the wedding reception, there were 10 people sitting, keyword, at each of 20 tables. Okay, so I have 10 people times 20 tables. That's 200. And to make this easy, you need to write what the 200 resembles. So 200 people. And I put this in my box. Okay. 80 of the people left. So 80 people left. Okay. So I go in my map and I do minus 80 people. So how much is remaining now? 120 people, right? Put a box. So 200 people, take away 80 people, you're left with 120 people. Good. Move on. All but 25%. Okay, now we know this. Popular trick. All but 25. So 25% is I don't know what they did yet now, but I know that all but the 25 did something. All but 25 means 100% minus 25. So that's the 75%. Okay. So all but 25 is 75%. Of those remaining got up to dance. So 75% dance. Okay. Correct? How many people were left sitting at the table? These are the 25%. No dance, right? Because the question said all but 25%, which means 75%, got up to dance. And 25% stayed seated and did not go up to dance. Okay, now the question is, how many people were left sitting at the tables? So this is what I want to find out. The 25% that did not go up to dance. So it's 25% of what? Of the 120 people. Okay, so we need to find 25% of 120 people. 25% is a quarter. So do 120 divided by 2 first. That's 60. Then by 2 again, because it's a quarter. That's 30. So we're left with 30 people. Answer C. Easy? Easy. Okay. Now, was there an easier way? Was there something else we could have done? Let's say this question was like the last question on a test and I'm in a super hurry. What I could have done was, once I reached this point and I know that 120 people were left, now some people went up to dance, 75% went up to dance, and only 25% were remaining. So can the remaining people be 120? That's impossible because they're already 120 and some of them left, so I can eliminate E. I know that 25% only were the people remaining, and here I have 90 people. 90 can't be 25% of 120. That's too large, so it's probably wrong as well. Okay. 25% of 120. Can that be 25? Impossible. Why? Because 25% of 100 is 25. So 25% of 120 can't be 25. Wait a minute, but it has to be more than 25. So the answer has to be C. So maybe I could have guessed, I could have eliminated a few answer choices, maybe saved a couple of seconds, but here it's pretty easy, 25% of 120. I would have used this trick, the elimination trick, if the numbers were more difficult and I can't use a calculator and the numbers, it was like 23.5% of 762,000, something like that. So it was really hard for me to try to figure out the actual answer. Would have taken me like 30, 40 seconds to calculate it. Maybe I could have used elimination hack in this case. Okay, geniuses? Okay, geniuses. Super people, let's do this question number 4. Which is the largest? Now, remember, you can't use a calculator, and the whole point is to finish this quickly, okay? So, really quickly, when I ask you which is the largest, you need to remember one really important thing, okay? Something we call largest, smallest hack, okay? LSH for short. Basically, what this hack says is you need to focus on finding the largest or the smallest value answer. If this is what the question is asking you about, you do not need to focus on finding the actual final answer for every one of the answer choices. Meaning, if I know that A is bigger than E without having to calculate all of this or all of this, then I can eliminate E right away because the question is asking me for the largest answer. I don't have to find out exactly how much E equals because if it's less than another answer choice, then it's a wrong answer. That's basically what it means. Okay? Okay, let's take a look. So let's start with A. 5 times 1 over 3 times 1 over 4. Here's another thing that I would do to speed things up. I just leave fractions the way they are for now. So 5 times 1 is 5 over 3 times 4 is 12. Let's just leave it like this. Don't try to change it into a decimal. Don't try to simplify it any further. Just leave it like this for now. Okay, B. I have half times 3 all plus 2. Okay, so fraction 3 over 2 plus 2. Let's just leave it like this. C. 2 and 2 cancel out. Let me just write it here so that you guys don't get mixed up. So let's change a color here so we don't get mixed up. So 2 times 3 over 2 divided by 1 over 2 equals. Now, if you have a 2 in the numerator multiplied by something that has a 2 in the denominator, I can just cancel them out. So I'm left with 3 divided by half, okay? And when we divide by a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. We all know that. So 3 divided by half is the same as saying 3 times 2. So it's 6. Now, take a pause, everybody. Largest, smallest hack. Now, C, the answer is 6. A, the answer is 5 over 12. 5 over 12 is going to be a value smaller than 1. Remember, when the numerator is a number smaller than the denominator, then you have to have a final answer of something smaller than 1. So it's going to be something like 0.5. Okay? So definitely A is smaller than C. So for now, C is better than A. How about B? 3 over 2 plus 2. Okay, 3 over 2 is 1 and something. It's actually 1.5. But if you don't know, take 3 divided by 2. It's going to be 1 and something, 1 point something. Plus 2 is going to be 3 point something, which is still smaller than 6. So we can eliminate B as well. Now, do you understand what I meant with the largest, smallest hack? It's not about finding the actual final answer. It's about just trying to figure out which is the biggest one. So far, C is good. Now, let's say this is my final attempt, final question. I just have 2 seconds left and I need to move on. Or this is the last question in the test. You've eliminated 2 answers, A and B. C looks good. You can guess if you need to. Okay? D. Come on. Come on, super people. So 2 over 3 times 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 3 equals. Hurry up. Can we eliminate? Yes. 2 and 2 here cancel out. So I'm left with 1 over 3 divided by 1 over 3. And here some people say, okay, so division, so we need to find the reciprocal. This is 1/3 divided by 1/3. It's like saying 5 divided by 5. X divided by X. Apple divided by apple. U divided by U. The answer is always going to be 1 when you divide anything by itself. So D is also wrong because C is 6, which is still the biggest one so far. Okay, let's do E right here. Now I have 0.2 times 2 times half times 3 over 2. Again, eliminate. So the 2 here cancels out with the 2 here. So I'm left with 0.2 times 3 over 2. No need to calculate any further. 3 over 2, as I said before, is 1 point something. If you multiply 1 point something by 0 point something, is it getting smaller or bigger? It's getting smaller. So the answer is going to be something smaller than 1.5. Impossible. Wrong. Answer is C. Okay? Geniuses. Okay, عبقرة. We're done. 3 أسئلة سهلين. مجموعة من الهاكس. I hope you wrote notes. And inshallah, I'll see you in the next one. Like, share this video. خليكوا ورانا في الفيسبوك وفي اليوتيوب. إن شاء الله يكون الموضوع مفيد بالنسبة لحضراتكم. See you in the next one. عبقرة. السلام عليكم.